everyone, this is Nandini Tripathi. I run my class Roots Academy based at Mira Road. I hope you people are doing well. Stay at home, don't go out, okay? We all routines have started digital teaching. We record lectures and upload those lectures on FB and YouTube page. Kindly go through that page and like and share. If you have any doubt, you can write on comment section or you can directly contact us. We will help you out, and this is a free session, so you can come across those video and you can ask your doubt as well. Previous session was based on gravitation topic, but we were not able to complete that topic. So today's session is also on the same topic, and here in this topic we are learning about the acceleration due to gravity, that is the small g, how to derive that small g value. So let's start ahead. Hello everyone. So we are dealing with the gravitation chapter, and today we will learn acceleration due to the gravity. Okay, the value of g and what is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, here I have written Newton third law of motion. What is Newton third law of motion? Everyone know what is Newton third law of motion is that an object apply equal and opposite force on another object, then another object will apply same equal opposite force on the first object. Okay, if certain object is applying a force, okay, then on another object, then the same another object will apply equal opposite force to that of first object. Okay, this is what we learn in the Newton third law of motion. So we know the concept that there is a force attracting each other. Okay, in a gravitation chapter we know that earth attract all the object in our surrounding. Okay, so when earth is applying a force on another object, so similarly object is also applying a force, attracting force, means like earth is attracting this object, then obviously the object is also attracting this earth. Okay, if according to this law, yes, then why not the earth is moving toward the object? Let's see, like if you are throwing a stone, okay, if a stone is falling down, okay, and reaching to the earth ground, why the stone is always coming down? You will say that yes, because there is a gravitational force from the earth, and that gravitational force is pulling that stone to the down. Okay, but according to this concept, like when earth is exerting a force on the stone and that is the reason stone is coming down, then why not? Because Newton law states that similarly the same force, opposite force will also the stone will apply on the earth, then earth should rise towards the stone. But why the earth is not rising? Okay, why the stone is coming down? Let's figure out that. Okay, we know that according to the second law of motion, there was one formula that you learned. Okay, according to second law of motion, force equal to mass into acceleration, right? Okay, so acceleration equals to F upon m. Okay, this formula tell us that acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass. Acceleration is what? Inversely proportional to mass. Okay, now it means if body mass is small, if body mass is very small, so obviously acceleration will be more. Okay, because gravitational force which is acting on the stone, it increase the acceleration due to why acceleration is more? Because of the gravitational force of the earth. Okay, and why the acceleration is more? A second reason, because the mass is very less of the stone. So obviously the mass is less, so obviously acceleration will be more, and that is the reason the stone is coming towards the earth. And in the case of earth mass is very large, very large. So obviously the earth mass is very large, so acceleration will be quite small. The stone is also attracting earth, but the earth mass is very large, and acceleration produced is very small. That is the reason you cannot see the earth motion. Okay, you cannot see that earth is moving towards a stone. Okay, because the acceleration is quite small, and that is the reason you always see that stone comes towards the earth. Okay, understood this concept? Okay, so if you understood this concept, why the stone is moving towards the earth, there is one more word which you always find in your textbook, that is a freely falling body. What is freely falling body? Any body which moves under the influence of gravitational force, okay, under in the influence of gravitational force of the earth is called a free fall body. For example, if the stone is falling from the height, okay, if the stone is dropped from a height, so now that stone is moving under the influence of gravitational force and it is coming down, okay, that is called free fall. Or like bungee jumping. In a bungee jumping, when you jump down, now you are under the influence of gravitational force and you are coming down, okay. So again, that is a free fall. That is called freely falling body. When any body, when it is dropped from a height, it is moving under the influence, it is coming down under the influence of gravitational force. That is called freely falling body. So we have understood the concept of free fall. We have understood the concept of free fall. So we have to understand the concept of free fall. We know that whatever the object is surrounding us, it do get attracted to the earth or attract every object, okay, near on its surface or near to its surface, okay. So it was found that like when two objects, okay, thrown from the same height, so when it is dropped from the same height, it was found that that lighter object, it comes down slow, whereas the heavier object, it comes fast, reaches to the ground fast, okay. Okay, like when a feather, it was found that when a feather and coin, when it was made dropped from a height from a same height at the same time, what happened? We found that feather, it reaches to the ground at a very slow rate, whereas the coin, as it was heavier, it reach the ground at a faster rate, okay. Later on, Galileo, okay, the scientist, this is Galileo, who conducted an experiment. He dropped two stones from the Pisa, okay, from the Pisa roof, and he found that the two stones of different mass, they reaches to the ground at the same rate, okay. So he concluded that object coming down or reaching to the ground or dropping from the height, it does not depend on their mass, and they reaches to the ground, okay, and they reach at the ground at the same rate. Why? Because because gravitational force of the earth is equally acting on both the body, okay. Earlier it was thought that when there is a two object, the lighter will move slow, whereas the heavier one will reaches to the ground faster. But Galileo, when he conducted an experiment, when he dropped two stones from the Pisa, he found that, and the two stones, they were having a different mass as well, but he found that both the stone reaches to the ground at the same rate, okay, at the same time they reach to the ground. So he concluded that the falling of the object, okay, the object moving down, it does not depend on their mass, as well as does not depend on the mass, and the force which is acting on, the gravitational force which is acting on that body is same, okay. Based on that, Robert Boyle, okay, he conducted an experiment, okay. He took a jar. In a jar, he removed out all the gas, all the air, okay, that jar was vacuum, and he allowed the two objects like feather and coin, okay, he allowed feather and coin to fall, and he found that both the object reaches to the bottom of the jar at the same time, okay. Here the feather was lighter and the coin was heavier, but then to both the thing, they reaches to the ground, reaches to the bottom of the jar at the same time. Why? Reason, he concluded that the feather earlier, when it was dropped from a height, okay, when there was a air at a normal condition, as feather, it was having a large area compared to the coin, okay. That was because of that large area, the air resistance were more, okay, there were more air resistance. That is the reason for feather, it took a more time to reach to the ground, whereas stone, the surface area of stone is quite less than the feather. That is the reason stone, they do not get the much resistance from the air, and they reaches to the ground at a much faster than feather. Okay, but it was concluded that freely falling body or any body, when it is moving under the influence of gravitational force, this gravitational force does not depend, this acceleration, the movement, okay, the acceleration or due to the gravity does not depend on the mass of an object. Okay, why it is not depending on the mass of an object? Because the gravitational force acting on that body is same. Okay, so acceleration due to gravity, that is g, small g, it is denoted by small g. It does not depend on the mass of an object. Okay, it depends on the gravitational force of the earth. Okay, another thing, that another concept that we are going to derive is acceleration due to gravity, that is small g. Okay, the formula of small g. We know that acceleration due to gravity, small g, it does not depend on mass of that object. Okay, now any body which is falling from a height, okay, when it is moving under the influence of gravity, it moves in a constant rate. Okay, the velocity change in a constant rate. Okay, any body which is moving under the influence of gravity, or it is moving down, okay, because of the gravitational force, or it is a freely falling body, then what happened? There is a uniform acceleration. There is what? Uniform acceleration. Okay, means there is a constant change in the velocity. Okay, and g value, you know, that is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, means there is a velocity change, that is 9.8 meter per second. The change in the velocity is 9.8 meter per second. So this is the value of gravity, that is 9.8 meter per second square, and we know that acceleration of gravity, that g value, it varies from place to place, or there is a slight change always, and it varies place to place, but we always take a 9.8 as a constant figure. Now in this we are going to derive the gravity g ka value, g formula. We know that we will take the distance of object from earth as r, that is radius of the earth. Okay, because that object can be on the surface of the earth or can be near to the earth, so we are taking the distance of object from earth as r. Okay, what is the formula for universal gravitational constant that we have learned in our previous session? That F, gravitational universal constant formula. So F the value was G, M is the mass of the earth, small m, that is the mass of the object, and R, the distance of object and the earth, R square. That was the formula of universal gravitational constant. Okay, now there was, according to Newton second law of motion. Okay, according to Newton's second law of motion, we know F equals to mass into acceleration. Okay, so we can also write down like this way: A equals to F upon m. Okay, now putting this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So we are doing? We are putting the value, that is value of F, putting the value, that is putting value equation 1 in equation 2, means you are putting the F ka value in this equation. So let's see, A equals to F. What was the value? F, what is the value? See, this is the value, G into capital M into small m, okay, R square and m m got cancelled. We got a equals to g capital M r square. Okay, so in the place of a acceleration, as it is acceleration due to gravity, we can write down as small g, okay, in that place, and g m r square. It means your acceleration due to gravity formula is, that is value of small g ka formula is g equals to g m r square, that is the gravitational constant, mass of the earth, and the radius or sorry distance of earth from the object. Okay, now here g is always constant, mass is always constant, and the distance is also constant, but you know that your earth is not a circle. Okay, it is an elliptical sphere. Okay, and the radius is not same everywhere. Okay, so radius is not same everywhere, and that is the reason your small g value, it always change, because the radius is not same. There is small slight changes. At a pole it is shorter, the radius is shorter, whereas at the this side, equator side, the radius is quite large, and because there is a small change in the radius, the g value it differ. Thus we have understood, this is the formula we have derived of small g, acceleration due to gravity, and we know that acceleration due to gravity or small g value does not depend on g, that is as it is a constant value. Mass, that is mass of the earth, it does not depend on the mass of the earth, because again it is constant, but it do depend on the distance, because again the distance is constant. Okay, that is the reason g is always 9.8. There is a slight change near to the poles area and near to the equator. You know the reason, because the earth is not a complete circle, it's a spherical it's an oval shape. Okay, it's an oval shape, so that is the reason the radius quite changes somewhere, and that is the reason the g value also change somewhere. Okay, now because of this reason, like if a big stone or a small stone, okay, when it is dropped from a height, both the stone will reach to the ground at the same time. Reason why? Because here the gravitational acceleration due to gravity or small g value does not depend on the mass of this object. It depends only on the mass of the earth, and that mass of the earth is constant. Okay, and it does not depend on mass of this object. That is the reason acceleration for both the stone, okay, acceleration due to gravity for both the stone is same. And you know why it is same? Because the force which is acting on both the object is same. Okay, so here we are done with the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, the next we will do in next session. Thank you so much.